We just got the hallway fleshed out, and as we're looking at this, we realized there is a massive problem. I'm really a little upset about it.
I'm not as upset as she is, but...
Hey guys, welcome back. So good to see you. Welcome back to This Life We Live, where we are building a modern style barndominium. Today we are going to be working on our last kitchen wall. This is going to finish off the main area of the house, but we have a couple different issues going on. One is we have a pocket door that we are going to install, and that pocket door is going to mean that we can't hang cabinets the way you normally would hang cabinets. But there's also a neat little trick that we are going to add, something that really adds to the flavor of the house, and that's not on the original blueprint. Let me know if you like Erik's new idea or if you think we should have just left it. Let me know in the comments down below when you see it.
So now Erik is going through and adding plywood to the back of our cabinet area. Since the loft was framed in 2x4s instead of 2x6s, and our cabinets are pretty substantial, and these cabinets will most likely be holding plates and glasses. So we want to make sure that it's going to be solid up there. And then right here for the pocket doors, this is running behind this all the way down. One thing you got to watch too is that you're using the right screws. So for your pocket door frame, you want to make sure to use short screws, and Erik used drywalling screws. These are actually metal screws going into the metal frame, and those were a real trick. Erik had to pre-drill the holes because the self-tappers were not working.
And I broke a couple bits.
He broke a lot of bits. And that's only half the door. We got to do the back half yet.
But this bit's a lot thicker to work good.
I'm gonna say that didn't sound like Anyway, so you want to make sure your screws aren't sticking out. We've got some little pin pricks. I think there's a prick right there, and those are fine, but you don't want them like sticking out because your door is gonna be sliding in and out of here.
Probably not past that metal.
Yeah, or even more, because that's, you know, the door is gonna kind of bobble around in there, so you don't want it to catch it.
Oh, that's our double thick. That worked perfect, didn't it? That thickness.
Yeah, it did. It really sturdied up that wall pretty good. Normally you would just put drywall over this, but we did 2 sheets of ply.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's gonna be thick right there.
2 sheets of ply plus it's getting drywall.
Yeah.
Well, this side's only having drywall.
You're gonna be 1.25 inches plus another inch. You'll be have 1.75 inches of material on there.
Yeah, at least on that side. So Erik's been pretty frustrated that we've spent all day on this wall. But even though it doesn't look like we've done a lot, we've made a lot of progress. Between having to do the pocket door and the metal studs and blocking on the back, plus measuring everything.
Yeah. That was a lot of prep work to get to this point.
It's a very intense wall. A lot of planning. A lot of multiple steps.
I'll tell you what.
Hopefully.
It's pretty solid for a pocket door. That was a bigger step than I thought. I'd like to see you do that. Huh?
I'm gonna have to put that on slow-mo and replay that.
Yeah, on a video?
Yeah! This was the first sheet of drywall that Erik actually trusted me to screw in all by myself. And of course, he had to give me the hardest sheet. Working above my head so far and so tight into the corner was nearly impossible to do. But I did manage to get the hang of it, and of course I went back and retightened my screws to make sure they were slightly below flush on the drywall. But don't worry, I also get to work on the closets later too.
All right, we had another delivery come in. We're gonna be getting the drywall done pretty soon. We're gonna be getting the finishing done pretty soon, and then the painting. And then comes the exciting part, which is installing the blinds that are gonna go over the door and the windows right here. Those are our Smart Wing electronic blinds. I'm so excited to be able to get those finally mounted in and to be able to really play around with them and see how it looks overall. That's exciting. But the other exciting part is that we had a new addition. So we had another delivery from Elco Lighting. This is their Koto module. If you remember several videos ago, we tested a couple other modules, and this one is kind of the happy medium between them. The first Koto module we found, you had to set the Koto module to whatever lumens you wanted. It didn't give you a lot of flexibility. The second one we tested allowed you to change it with a dimmer switch, but that was their sunset module, and that was a little bit warmer than we kind of wanted throughout the whole main space of the house. We have this Koto module. This is the Human Centric lighting module. This one actually dims from 4,000 lumens to 2,700 lumens. So you're gonna have a little bit whiter white while still retaining that nice candlelight glow. So that really allows you to set the lighting wherever you need it at any given point. Throw in a smart switch and then you can set this baby all day long. So excited for that. And excited to have light in here finally. I'm all about using the modern, latest, greatest trends, which is counter to my personality, but it just fits with the house. So this is a standard 4-inch Koto round. This is actually an all-in-one unit, and it just basically clips right on the light, and then you pop the entire thing up into position. Now, if you have a roof with a pitch of, I think they said 25 degrees or less, you don't need an angled can. You can get away with a straight can because there's enough leeway for you to be able to pivot the light back down if you get a pivotable light. However, I jumped the gun and I bought the angled cans thinking we have an angled ceiling. So that kind of limits the amount of can inserts that I can put in, and this is one of them. All right, so this is our Koto module right here, and this is our insert. So you're just basically gonna put it on like this, and then you just clip it right into place. There you go, it's that easy. And then you can see how this pivots up and down, just like this. So that really allows you to lock in the exact angle of your ceiling and make sure that the light is pointing in the right direction. So if the angle of my ceiling is about like this, the pitch, then we're gonna make sure that we can angle this down. Then our light right here, you can see this right here is standing vertical. This is what you want. If your light is not standing vertical, it's gonna be shining you in the eyeballs. Trust me, I know.
All right, well, my battery's apparently about dead, so we'll do a quick cap of what's happening right now. One of the key features that we didn't really think ahead on when we were doing the drywall in here, that now we're thinking we probably should have, is when you have big wall spaces, down the road at some point, you're gonna put something on them, like right there. The better idea in this situation is to put blocking in, just like you would for your cabinets. So, after doing everything in here, we finally got to thinking that maybe, just maybe, we should put it in on this wall. Now, this is like the least obvious wall of all of our walls, but it's still a point where most likely something is going to get hung just because it's such a bland space. So we've cut the blocking to go behind the drywall, and it just gives us an extra large area to attach to down the road for deer heads or who knows what else. This might be better on this side, because then you can stand on this side. Alright, let me get over there. This angle. Even though my butt is big, it can squeeze a little bit in here.
You gotta grab this.
Lift. We just got the hallway flushed out, and as we're looking at this, we realized there is a massive problem, and we're not sure how this is going to get fixed, but I'm not happy about it. I'm really a little upset about it.
I'm not as upset as she is, but. All right, so what I noticed here, this was supposed to be a slider barn door.
And the reason we wanted a slider barn door is because it looked nicer than just a regular door. This is the mudroom right here.
So the problem with a slider door is going to cover the light switch up for the hallway because it's going to be open most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really close to this door coming from the garage. Now we're like, well, let's mount this slider on the inside. So we come in here, light switch, not gonna work.
So
my only option that I see fit is just to put a regular door in and have it open.
And I think that's what the electrician had assumed. Now, on our actual house plans, it states barn door. It shows it. So both our builder and our electrician knew it was going to be a sliding barn door.
Well, that's why this track was put in. This switch could have been put right here.
Should have been put right there.
I'm fine with just doing a regular door.
I don't want a regular door. That's going to be a pain. And, you know, it's impossible to gauge until you get the drywall on. And you're like, oh, well, shoot.
It would look kind of weird having a slider on the inside, though, I think.
It'd be a little bit tricky.
All right, let me be perfectly honest with you. I have a confession. The idea of a crowded mudroom gives me extreme claustrophobia. I cannot stand the thought of having everything piling in on me in the room where everything is most likely to pile in on you. So this is what we currently are dealing with in our current house. Here's the walkway. Here's the mudroom closet. Now, because we're in a double wide, we don't have a basement, we don't have a garage, all of those types of things have migrated into the closet here because there's really nowhere else to put them. We are out of storage space everywhere. And while I definitely agree that we do need to go through and purge a lot of items, some things, well, they just need to stay. So the idea of the new mudroom is to maintain organization. Everything has a place, everything has a hanger. We're gonna have an integrated bench seat along this one back wall, and inside that bench seat is gonna be a hidden trick. You guys are gonna wonder why you hadn't thought of this before, and I don't know if anybody has done this. So let me know if they have, because I'm curious. But until then, we have to really focus on making sure this mudroom is as meticulously organized as possible, because this area of the house is going to be the most chaotic. By adding a swing open door, we could have just opened up a whole new world of chaos. What do you think?
I don't know. Might have to step up there to reach. Oh, nuts, it's on the wrong side.
It's not.
You fit, baby. Oh, it's a little tight. Shoot. Rip the file.
The cool thing about this house build is that because we're finishing the inside ourselves, we have the flexibility to take a pause and add little touches that really bring life to the house. And this is one of the first implemented touches that we put on the house. It started off as Erik wanting to give our son a little more privacy up in his computer area, and so he decided to measure off a mini wall the same size as the one across the hall. And after it was completed, we realized that he was on to something big. And so over time, it kind of evolved into something much more intense. So take a look at how they look now, because in a couple of months, they are going to look completely different and your minds will be blown. So definitely stay tuned. But for now, let me know your comments on if you like the before or the after better.
Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of the bump out, if you liked the pillars. We're actually going to go through and we're going to cover them in faux rock. So they're going to be rock pillars going up to the ceiling. Pretty cool stuff. Let me know your thoughts on the progress of the house down below. We are slowing down just a little bit because we've gotten so much done already, but there's still a lot to go. And we still have until May of 2026 to get everything done and moved in.